Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Martha. I am a relationship counselor and clinical sexologist. Yesterday, I made a video on Facebook about how my Facebook account was deleted. And guess what? Of course, you talk about Facebook on Facebook. The video had no sound. So I reshared it on my Eros Coaching Facebook page and my Eros Coaching Facebook group. So 3 people said that, okay, they will join my uh, eroscoaching.com mailing list. So that was the call to action. And I think they didn't watch the video because there was no sound. So a lot of people have been asking me what happened to your Facebook. I see you're not on Facebook anymore. What's happening? I've been on Facebook for maybe 11, 12 years. Before I started my training as a sexologist, and all my history is gone. It's not even suspended, it's deleted. It's deleted by Facebook. What happened when that happened was that every single comment, every single video, every single post, every single Facebook page and group that I am in, I don't have access to anymore. So I've had to ask friends who are in it to re-add me. But because there's no admin, at times I can't get back the access. So some of them I have managed to get back the access, and some of them I cannot, such as Dr. Martha Lee, sexologist in Singapore Facebook page, EcoSex Singapore, Laughter Yoga in Singapore, Art of Feminine Presence in Singapore, and Martha's Chinatown Singapore, which was my personal page. I was posting Chinatown pictures. Also cannot see. I don't know whether it's been deleted completely. So it's kind of a nightmare, work-wise. So I had 5,000 friends on Facebook, all gone. So what happened was many years ago when I was starting out as a sexologist, I had 2 Facebook accounts. One I was trying to keep as a work related and one as a personal. Unfortunately, that personal account, I was admin for Eros Coaching Facebook page and Eros Coaching Facebook group. So I was able to get back those pages, but I wasn't able to get back other pages in some cases, like Grade 10 Singapore, which is a private Facebook group. So it is very, very inconvenient when it comes to my work. However, it's okay. It doesn't really affect me personally. What I learned about this experience was, why am I putting so much of my attention on Facebook? Why? And why am I not harnessing my own mailing list? So I have 17,000 people on my mailing list. However, I feel I could have a better relationship with them. So this is my call out to you to join me on my mailing list, eroscoaching.com. That's where I post the latest news. And I'm really inviting all of you to join me there because I'm going to spend less time on Facebook. A lot of people ask me what happened when my account got deleted. So I don't know what exactly happened. So I'm just going to share very quickly. So what was happening was I was posting my events into other Facebook groups, not my groups, but other groups. And I had for maybe a while now, like maybe the last 3 times I was posting, that the I couldn't post anymore because I was posting into many groups. So I was like suspended from posting, like there was temporary restrictions. But when I was posting in these groups in Australia, I was in Melbourne. What happened was I I got the sudden notification saying that your account is temporarily suspended. So I suspected it's because I was in Australia. So I tried again, and then they said you need to verify your account, and the SMS would go to my phone, which I was using Australian SIM. So 2 3 days later, I managed to try my SIM while in Singapore while in Melbourne using my Singapore SIM, and I managed to verify, but then suddenly it says your account has been disabled. so disabled cannot access. So I tried appealing. I submitted my verification documents, my passport, my IC on 3 different occasions, and still there was no news. So after coming back to Singapore, I decided to reactivate my old Facebook account that I had deactivated because there was too many things going on. So I did manage to get back in touch with my friends who matter, and I know who my friends are. And even though I have kind of a public persona, I try to remind myself that work is work. I still have people who love me, who I trust, and to stay humble and to remember who are the people who really matter. So it didn't really affect me personally. I use Facebook for work. I am very mindful of the things that I say and the content that I put out. But it has been a real inconvenience when it comes to work. So I think some people were also like angry for me, or they projected things on me. They assumed that I would be devastated. I was upset. I was irritated, because what happened was I had scheduled all the posts for my February campaign for women. So it's called Celebrating Self-Love, and it's still going on for another 6 days. All the posts were gone and I couldn't access that group. And I only got back to Singapore February 6th, and I had to get access to the group, and then I had to repost those posts. So it was definitely affected the campaign. So in that sense, work was affected, and there were people who were looking forward to this campaign and learning more about themselves. They became less enthusiastic about this, and there were less people who participated. And this is something that I could not have predicted because I had planned it all out before I went to Melbourne. I had done all the videos, I scheduled all the posts, all gone. And people assumed that I would be devastated. I think I was more affected by how it affected other people. But personally, no, it's fine. I know who my friends are and the people who matter. So when it comes to work, it's a lesson. In a way, it's kind of nice to have all these 10, 11 years of history just cleared. It's a bit like rebooting your system. And now in my Facebook profile, I've also become more mindful about who I let in as my friends. In the past, what has happened was when I posted comments on my Facebook wall, my personal Facebook wall, even though it's still public, I get comments from fellow sex educators criticizing me, and sometimes in our work it's so sensitive. Everybody is, maybe they are jealous or something. Sometimes the tone that they communicate can be really nasty, and so I would get comments from people that have never met me. I don't know who they are. I'm probably never going to meet them, and they are sometimes fellow sex educators, and they are mean. And as an Asian, we don't really say mean things about people, and we don't really provoke people. But somehow they like to sometimes discuss things for the sake of discussing. I focus very much on doing things that are practical, that are useful. And everything that I do, I really think through about how I can help more people. So I don't really go on people's posts and try to make their lives miserable. Maybe they are miserable people, I don't know. So I find that now I have been more selective who I allow as friends, because the people who upset me, surprisingly, sometimes are not even men on the street. They are fellow sex educators. So I've just become more mindful about who I let into my life, because my personal Facebook page, I consider it much more personal, whereas my Eros Coaching Facebook group and page is just a lot more public. And so the quality of the content that I post sometimes is also not as personal. So imagine getting a text left, right, center without any knowing and knowledge. So it can be very upsetting sometimes. So yeah, and so I like to invite you once again to join my my website, my eroscoaching.com. That's where I'll be focusing on harnessing, nurturing my followers, because I feel that you took the time to subscribe to my mailing list. I would want to reward you with things that most people wouldn't get otherwise. So it's going to be much more personal and revealing, and going to spend less time on Facebook. That is the crux of what I'm trying to say in this video. So thank you for watching this video, and thank you for all your support. And remember, I'm not in Facebook much anymore. And the best way to engage with me is YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. Subscribe to my mailing list, and you can drop me an email if there's certain content that you would like to watch. I'm very careful about not giving like free 24/7 service to people. Like some people think I'm an agony, and the way they email me somehow is also sometimes quite rude. And I'm an energetic person. I'm a human being. I have feelings too. So if I don't like someone, then seriously, if you're rude, why would anyone want to help you? So I have a message here. Send me your email. You can email me through my website. Thank you very much for your support, and look forward to hearing.